Some say he could see the future, others call him a charlatan. Today, we delve into the enigmatic world of Nostradamus and his prophecies. Michel de Nostradamus, better known as Nostradamus, was a 16th-century French physician, astrologer, and seer. His fame rests on a collection of prophecies penned in a book titled Les Prophéties. This book, first published in 1555, is a compilation of 1,000 cryptic and poetic quatrains, which Nostradamus claimed to be predictions of future events. From the rise of dictators to the fall of towers, these prophecies span centuries and continents. They are written in a mix of French, Latin, and Greek, and many are cloaked in allegories and symbols, making them difficult to comprehend. This has led to various interpretations, sparking debates among scholars and enthusiasts alike. The enigmatic nature of Nostradamus's prophecies has stirred a fair amount of controversy, creating a divide among believers and skeptics. On one hand, believers laud his prophecies as eerily accurate predictions of historical happenings, attributing to him prophetic foresight. They point to quatrains allegedly predicting major world events such as world wars, the rise and fall of empires, and even the moon landing. On the other hand, skeptics argue that Nostradamus's prophecies are so vague and ambiguous that they can be interpreted to fit any event. They contend that these interpretations are often made with the benefit of hindsight after the said events have taken place. Regardless of the controversy, one thing remains certain. Nostradamus's prophecies continue to captivate us, stirring our curiosity and inciting our fascination with the unknown. His predictions, whether true or not, serve as a testament to the enduring allure of mystery and intrigue that transcends time and culture. So brace yourself as we journey through time, unveiling the mysteries of Nostradamus's prophecies. First stop, the 18th century, where a man named Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power. This period in history is marked by the ascension of a man hailing from the East, a man who would change the course of history. A man Nostradamus, the famed 16th century seer, had already spoken of centuries prior. In a cryptic quatrain, Nostradamus wrote of a great man thundering out of the East, overthrowing powers and kingdoms. This figure, he claimed, would rise from obscurity, yet his influence would be felt across the world. Sounds familiar? Many believe this prophecy pointed directly to Napoleon Bonaparte, the Corsican-born military leader who ascended to become the ruler of France, impacting Europe and the world in ways still felt today. Napoleon's rise from relative obscurity to the helm of a nation aligns uncannily with Nostradamus's prophecy. But was it a mere coincidence or a prophetic revelation? A random alignment of words and events, or the foresight of a visionary? A coincidence or a prophetic revelation? You decide. Next, we journey to the 20th century, to a time of war, and a man named Hitler. Here, Nostradamus is said to have prophesied the rise of a great beast from the East, a figure who would bring immense destruction. This beast from the East was believed by many to be none other than Adolf Hitler, the infamous dictator whose actions led to World War II, a period of unparalleled devastation and loss. Nostradamus's writings, filled with cryptic language and vivid imagery, have been interpreted in myriad ways. However, the consensus among many scholars is that his reference to a beast from the East causing great destruction eerily aligns with the rise and actions of Hitler. The sheer scale of the destruction that Hitler caused, as well as his Eastern European roots, lend further credence to this interpretation. Another uncanny prophecy from Nostradamus, or merely chance? This question continues to intrigue and perplex us as we delve deeper into the enigma of Nostradamus's prophecies. Our next stop takes us to the devastating events of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In the chilling quatrains of Nostradamus, a prophecy emerges that has been interpreted by many as a foretelling of the atomic bombings that marked the end of the Second World War. The seer speaks of two great rocks raining destruction, an eerie illusion that suggests the catastrophic events in Japan. Picture this, a seemingly ordinary day in 1945 when suddenly, the sky is lit up by an immense mushroom cloud, a terrifying spectacle of human invention. In a flash, cities are leveled, lives are extinguished, and the world is forever changed. Nostradamus's words, written centuries prior, seem to echo in the aftermath. The two great rocks that brought ruin from the sky. As we delve deeper into the prophecies of Nostradamus, we are confronted with the question, did Nostradamus truly foresee the horrors of nuclear warfare? The answer, as with many things related to the mystifying prophet, remains shrouded in mystery. Now let's journey to a moment of triumph, man's first steps on the moon. In his quatrains, Nostradamus penned an intriguing prophecy. Men will walk on the moon. This cryptic passage has been widely interpreted as a prediction of the Apollo moon landing in 1969. Imagine the audacity of a 16th century seer, in a time when the moon was a distant celestial body, predicting that one day, man would tread upon its surface. The prophecy's accuracy is uncanny, isn't it? It stirs the mind, challenging our concepts of time and space. Was Nostradamus gifted with a vision of the future, or was he simply a man with an extraordinary imagination? Could he have foreseen the momentous day when Neil Armstrong descended from the lunar module, declaring, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind"? Did Nostradamus gaze upon the moon and see Neil Armstrong's leap for mankind? Next, we delve into the tragic assassinations of the Kennedy brothers. The prophecy that has confounded scholars for centuries speaks of two brothers torn apart. Many have interpreted this as the untimely deaths of John F. Kennedy and Robert Kennedy. John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, was assassinated in Dallas, Texas in November of 1963, a shocking event that reverberated around the world. 5 years later, his younger brother Robert, a senator from New York and a promising presidential candidate, met a similar fate in Los Angeles, California. The prophecy's mention of two brothers torn apart certainly seems to align with the tragic fate of the Kennedy brothers. But as always, interpretation remains a matter of perspective. We're left to wonder, could Nostradamus, a 16th century seer, truly have foreseen such specific events in the distant future? Lastly, we journey to a day that shook the world, September 11, 2001. Nostradamus, in his perplexing verses, spoke of fire from the sky and towers falling. These cryptic words have been interpreted by many as an eerie prediction of the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center. Imagine the bustling city of New York, its skyline dominated by the iconic Twin Towers. Then a horrifying image of fire and destruction as two planes crash into the buildings, the fire from the sky, causing the towers to fall. The world watched in shock and terror as the events unfolded, a day etched forever in our collective memory. The tragedy of September 11th was a pivotal moment in history, a day of profound loss, and a stark reminder of the destructive potential of hatred. The question that lingers is, could Nostradamus, writing centuries ago, have foreseen this day of infamy? Could he have predicted this day of infamy? A Nostradamus remains a figure shrouded in mystery and intrigue. As we've journeyed through his most famous prophecies, we've encountered tales of emperors, dictators, and monumental events that have shaped our world. The rise of Napoleon, the advent of Hitler, the chilling reality of atomic bombings, the moon landing, the tragic demise of the Kennedys, and the harrowing September 11th attacks. All these events were said to have been foreseen by this enigmatic seer. Yet, the legacy of Nostradamus is as complex as the quatrains he penned. His prophecies are often open to interpretation, their meanings not always clear until after the events have taken place. Critics argue that his writings are so vague that they can be twisted to fit any event, while supporters maintain that his predictions are astonishingly precise. There's a perpetual debate about Nostradamus's ability to predict the future. Skeptics point to the nebulous nature of his verses, suggesting that they are more poetic than prophetic. They argue that Nostradamus's prophecies are a product of creative reinterpretation, with events being retrofitted into his quatrains after they've happened. On the other hand, believers highlight the uncanny accuracy of some of his predictions. They assert that the sheer number of prophecies that have seemingly come true cannot be mere coincidence. They point to the specific details in his verses, arguing that Nostradamus had a profound and inexplicable insight into the future. But perhaps the true allure of Nostradamus lies not in the answers but in the questions his legacy poses. Can the future be predicted? Is it already written, waiting to be deciphered by those who know how to read the signs? Or is it as mutable and unpredictable as the winds of fate? Whether you believe in his prophetic powers or dismiss them as mere coincidences, the enigma of Nostradamus continues to captivate us. Until next time, keep exploring the mysteries of our world.